Hello, 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 and welcome to People Talk Now. I'm your host, Vanessa Herrera, and this is the show where you ask about it and I talk about it. And happy fucking Wednesday, you guys. Yes. What is up? Give yourself a round of applause. We made it. Today is Wednesday morning. We are halfway through the week. Woo! So, I don't know if you're on your way to school, if you're on your way to work, you're on the way to Bay's house, whatever the hell. Just know that today is a good day. It's a good opportunity for you to do whatever you didn't get to accomplish this week so far. And just get on your grind, you know? And yeah, so welcome. If you're new to this podcast, I'm Vanessa Herrera. I'm the host of People Talk Now. And yeah, we're trying to change the pace out there, you guys, and what people call better days. Let's not forget. So, on that note, this is episode 19. Yes. Woo! We made it, y'all. And okay, so I wanted to talk about dating today. And this is going to be part one, so I'm gonna save part two of this dating segment. I'm going to save it for episode 20. So, you know, get some juicy details. I might have a little somebody come on here. I don't want to spill too many beans. And yeah, so today we're going to talk about dating. And as always, you guys know that, you know, we're going to have our word of the day and our joke of the day. But before I get into that really quick, I wanted to talk about certain things, kind of when you first start dating someone. Maybe things that can maybe help narrow certain things down for you. I don't know if narrowing is really the right word for it, but you know, we don't want to. Oh, okay. So I had asked you guys a couple days ago. I did a quick fire questions, and basically that was just to kind of see where some of you stood on deal breakers. So I asked, obviously the theme was dating, and I said, would these be deal breakers for you? And I was kind of shocked by some of your replies, honestly. Naughty people out there. And it just kind of really made me think about the times that I have dated. And just not even that, like before I met my husband, and you know, kind of how it went for us, from what I can remember, and things that I remember sort of just kind of looking out for, and you know, some helpful tips for all my ladies out there. And you know, I'll talk about certain things for the ladies, you know, give you my bits and pieces of advice of what you know, I consider red flags. And, you know, and then, you know, who knows, man? Maybe episode 20, I'll invite my husband to come on here, and hell yeah, we're going to get that son of a bitch on here, man. We need him on here. We're going to get his perspective for the guys and see what guys look for when, you know, when they're, basically dating, and what kind of things, you know, do guys really look for certain things in women and qualities, or, you know, does it depend on what age of your life you're at, where you're at mentally? Maybe it does. Maybe it's got all to do with it. So, let's get right to it. First, let's answer some of these questions. Okay, I'll tell you guys the results. The results are in. You are not the father. The results are in, and I'll go ahead and share you guys what the percentages were. And you know, I don't know. You guys can comment, and you guys can email me at peopletalknow@hotmail.com and just kind of give me your insights or your feedback on if you think it's, you know, if you think it's actually it's a deal breaker or not. So I went on here and I asked you guys some questions, you know, if it would be deal breakers or not. So the first question was, on the first date, suggest splitting the bill. So how do you guys feel about that? Well, I asked you guys, and a lot of you said that no, that would not be a deal breaker for you. 67% of you said no. 33% of you said yes. I don't know who those 33% are, but they are probably very old-fashioned. Come on, y'all. We got to get with the times. It's 2020 now. We got women doing big things. Okay. Sex on the first date. Of course, 73% of you said no. And 27% of you said yes, that it would be a deal breaker for you, sex on the first date. Maybe you are very old-fashioned, but it's 2020 and there's people that like to get busy on the first date. Okay. Public sex. Is that a deal breaker for you? I was really surprised by this. 59% of you said yes, that would be a deal breaker for you. And 41% of you said no. So it's kind of, yeah, okay. Okay, insist on you both getting a pet within the first 3 months. Actually, this was really cool because a lot of you, actually 80% of you, 87% of you, said no, that wouldn't break the deal. Yeah, look at you guys, you little puppy lovers out there. Okay, traveling together within the first 3 months. Okay, so apparently 71% of you said yes, that would be a deal breaker for you. I'm not sure if everyone entirely understood that question because I don't see anything wrong with traveling with somebody, within the first fucking week. If someone says, let's go, we want to travel, let's fucking go. That's what this world is for. It's meant to be lived. It's meant to be traveled, discovered. But that's just my opinion, though. Okay, sipping on my tea. Continues. Okay, meeting parents on the second date. Ooh. Ay, ay, ay. Talk about a color pulling. Okay, so 57% of you, this one was kind of like, ooh, it was kind of close, not really, but 57% of you said no, and 43% said yes. So obviously a lot of you, a little more than half said, it's not really a deal breaker for you. So that's pretty cool, you really got faith in your parents, and that means a lot of you out there have really great relationships with your parents, as you should. Okay. First date being a group date. A lot of you said that would not be a deal breaker for you, and that's 79%. That was quite a bit of you. Like going on them group dates, huh? Group dates. All right. Group dates. Woo! Okay. Does not want to spend time for you to come. Ooh. So this was weird. You're not going to believe the results. Drum roll, please. Can I get a drum roll? 50-50. What in the literal fuck? What? Yeah. 50% of you and the other 50% said yes and no. Wow. That's astonishing. Okay, doesn't ask how you're actually doing. And you know what? That is fucked up. Fucked up. Everybody should ask how you're doing, right? Especially if it's the person that you're going to be spending quality time with. So 64% of you said yes, and 36% of you said no. Look, 36%, fuck you, all right? Because some of us out here care about what people, especially the ones we're dating, if they're asking us how we feel, okay? Okay, so decided after a while to just only be fuck buddies. Ugh. So, of course, 60% of you said yes. Hell yeah, that would be a deal breaker for me. Because what the fuck? Who does that? And surprisingly, 40% of you said no, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for you. Welcome to 2020. Okay. So doesn't want sex as much as you. 64% of you said yes. That would be a deal breaker for you. And 36% of you said no. Okay. 36 percenters. What's going on? Okay. Wants sex way more than you. 92% of you said no. that would not be a deal breaker for you. And 8% of you said yes. I don't know who that one person is, but I have to go back and look at that. Yeah, so we're moving right along here. Let's see. So different, I said, would these be deal breakers for you? So different religion to you. And again, this one really shocked me. This one was 50-50. 50-50, straight down the middle. So yes and no. Interesting. That's interesting right there. Gotta say. Long distance. Would that be a deal breaker for you? 53% of you said yes, it would. And 47% said no. So it's pretty close. You know, it was kind of like yes and no, not really, you know. I'll fucking drive to New York City to get that pussy. Okay. Fuck boy, girl, tendencies. 54% of you said yes, and 46% of you said no. Hell no, we got no problem with that. 2020. Here we are. Welcome to 2020. Okay. So, would this be a deal breaker for you if they dated a friend, especially one of yours? Surprisingly, 29% of you said yes, but 71%, which was the majority, said no, that it would not be a deal breaker if they dated a friend, especially one of yours. And I gotta say, those 71% of you, you guys are big-hearted people, and you're grown-ups, every single one of you, for being so goddamn noble and grown-up. All right. Has little and no ambition in life. Would that be a deal breaker for you? Surprisingly, come on, guys. What the fuck? 36% of you said yes, that would be a deal breaker. 64% of you said no. So what the hell, man? We just gonna all be dating some couch potatoes now? Anyways, yeah. Sorry about the sirens we got back there, guys. This real city life in the morning. Welcome to LA. So, this is a really big one here. Afraid of commitment. Dun dun dun. Do I hear wedding bells? Maybe so. Maybe not. So, 60% of you said, hell yeah, that would be a deal breaker for me because, you know, yeah, it would be. Surprisingly, 40% of you said no, that it wouldn't be a deal breaker if they were afraid of commitment because it's like, what the fuck? You know, come on, man. You know, nobody's got to be committed to you. I mean, to a certain degree, you got to be committed to yourself first. Okay, come into the relationship committed to yourself. Yes, somebody hand me a check. Get into a relationship committed to yourself already, and then boom, there you go. Fitty, two people committed to one another. No drama for your mama. So yeah, you guys, how fun was that? We got to see where everybody's perspective is and all that goodness. And yeah. So now that we kind of went over the quick fire questions about dating and what deal breakers were for a lot of you, which again, oh my goodness, what did whoop? Okay. That was fun. So moving right along, I wanted to talk about what it was like for me when I first met my husband, and you know, kind of like a little bit before you know, it became official, doing the quotey fingers. I remember thinking to myself, first of all, we met on a dating app. First of all, okay, go fucking figures, internet age. And how it is. Like, people are like, especially like 10 years ago, people were like, oh my God, shit, I can't believe you met somebody on the internet. That's so crazy. Like, what if they're a total creep? My gosh, says everyone on the internet now. Right? Everybody communicates through Instagram and Facebook now, but that's not creepy. Instead of seeing people face to face, right? But anyways, it's none of my business. So yeah, I mean, we met, we got to chatting and whatnot. You know how it is. If you've ever dated anybody online, you create your little profile, you take your little pictures, you write your little bio, and if you're a girl, you're probably getting you're pushing your titties up, you're popping your booty out. I don't know. You're flattening your tummy, you're sucking it in. You got your best face on, you beat your face with some makeup. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you were natural. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. The point is that you get really prepared because it's kind of like, I don't know, like you're going in a fucking, it's like Super Bowl Sunday and shit. Like it's a big event, and you're about to go into something. And again, I don't know how it is for everybody, but I know that when I had my dating profile, it was kind of like this. First of all, I knew what I wanted already. And that in itself is so important when you're making that decision to begin dating. If maybe you haven't dated in a while and maybe you decided that you're about to start dating again, you're about to go into the dating scene and whatnot again, is that to make sure that you're ready. Like, you know what you want. Like, no fucking games, This is not a goddamn game of Monopoly, We're not, it's nothing like that. Like, you don't play with people's emotions. You don't do any of that. You got to be ready to go into this game of life together, and score together. And so I remember when I was like creating my profile, I had everything in mind already. I was like, you know what? I'm going to put my photos, I'm going to put what I'm about. I'm not taking no, I'm not here for no fucking games. Don't give me this bullshit. Don't take me to, don't buy me no fucking drink. I want to talk. Like, let's talk. Let's, like, not saying I was a fucking straight soldier about everything, but, again, I wanted to meet somebody that, had the same moral alignments that I did, and that at the same time, had the same sort of vision that I did, and that, no more of that, cat chasing the mouse type of thing, like I was ready. I knew what I wanted. And, one of the things that just made it so beautiful on top of it all was that, as I was creating my profile, I put like, I'm not here to play any fucking games. And I'm not kidding. Like in my profile, I said, not here to play no fucking games. So I'm sure like whatever guys seeing that, because at one point my shit was blowing up and they're like, oh yeah, you don't play no games. And it's like, yeah, I don't play any games. I don't want to play any games. I'm not interested in that. That stuff of the past, when I was younger and it was fun and it was like, yeah. Let's just sleep with fucking whoever the fuck. Like, it doesn't matter. It has, means nothing. Well, I remember when, finally my profile was created and, I didn't know my husband was going to be my husband then. So, he's hitting me up and I'm just, I would get up in the mornings and I would run, I've always been about exercise and my health, my fitness, I can't say that my health, it was like, that's iffy that back then, but, I was definitely into exercise. And so, he had hit me up and I was just so kind of like over it. I was like, oh, every single guy that's hitting me up on this dating website, it's all the same shit. It's like, oh, let's go for a drink, or oh yeah, and it's like, no, man, like what the fuck? Like, do I fucking look like an alcoholic to you? Do I look like I want to go out at 10 a.m. in the morning to a fucking bar and have a drink? Like, why can't we go have a cup of coffee? Like, and it's just like, that's the thing that you get with the internet as well. It's just like, oh yeah, maybe, let's try my luck. Maybe she's just here for sex. And it's like, there's more to the dating scene than just sex, especially for me. At that time I was like, no, I'm ready to fucking find somebody who's ready to just, have a good relationship and has a good relationship with themselves. And it's just, they respect themselves. And God damn it, I just need a man in my life. God damn it. And see, I knew that. So going into that was very helpful in knowing what I was looking for. I wasn't just looking for fucking no Tom, Dick, and Harry, I wasn't looking for that. So, okay, let's fast forward, my profile's created, everything's all dandy, went on a couple dates. They weren't, they were just not very good. I was like, all right, you know what? I said to myself, I remember the night before, that very night before he had hit me up, I had said the prior day, I had said, if this just doesn't work out, if I don't meet anybody, I'm going to delete this shit. I swear I'm fucking done. Like I told myself, I was like, I am done with the dating thing for a while. Like I'm fucking over it, right? I'm not going to talk to nobody. I'm just going to do my shit and I'm going to fly straight. But no. Life did not have that planned for me. Or maybe it wasn't life. Maybe I didn't have that plan for me like I thought I did. So he hits me up and I'm just kind of like told him that, I was going to go to sleep. And I think I turned off my phone. As a matter of fact, said I would turn it back on in the morning. And, that was back in my turning off the phone at night days when I would get good sleep. When I wasn't really all that much about Instagram. And yeah, so I turned off my phone. I told him I would, reply in the morning. And, yeah, so I went to sleep, woke up, went for a run as usual and got back, answered him. And it was crazy because, he came and he picked me up and, it was crazy. It's been crazy ever since. We've talked a lot. I didn't expect anything from him. I just know what I didn't want. And as soon as I told myself, if I don't like anything, I'm not going to feel obligated to stay or any of those, because it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't feel bad about choosing what makes you happy or anything, like, again, it's not to say that we should start treating people like shit when you go on a date. You're like, oh yeah, checkmate, goodbye. Thanks for the lunch, bitch. No. What I'm saying is that you should definitely take your happiness first and foremost into great consideration, and basically use that as a stepping stone and just know what you want from people. When you see it, and when you don't see it, you don't see it. You'll know. And me and him, oh my God. What can I say? Like every date, like the first 3-4 dates, we must have spent, I kid you not, about 3 hours or 4 hours on like either in the car talking to each other. Okay. And I'm talking about like no sex. Like we're just fucking talking, hella vibing. Like we're just talking and I'm listening to him and he's listening to me, and my fucking heart just like blew up. Like it blew up, like bam, like on the spot. I was like, holy shit. I finally met somebody who listens to me and is just not waiting for his turn to talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's those people that you're talking to them and then they're not really listening to you because they're just like, when are they going to shut up so I can talk now? And then they're not really listening to you, what you have to say. And so when, as far as that goes, I was like, Like we're talking about deal breakers. When I saw that, I was like, it's like, you guys, I don't know how old some of you guys are, some of my listeners, but I don't know if you guys remember Super Mario Bros. Remember that part where he always finishes like a level and he jumps on the little flag and he jumps real high and then he slides down? Well, when we got through about 3 or 4 dates and, there was no sex, but there was a whole lot of talking for about 3 to 4 hours in the car, nonstop, just stimulated conversation between one another. Let's just say I jumped up on that flag and slid right down, metaphorically speaking here. So, yeah. So that's what you got to look for. You got to look for that connection. You know what I mean? Like if you are just talking to someone and you're just like, oh my God. And they're just like, they're giving you all of them. They ain't got shit. Like they're just being so fucking transparent with you. Like those are things, man, when you're dating people. Never be afraid to ask people. Like some people are like, oh, like I hate to ask people about how are they, like where are they going in their future? Like how are their finances? How is their relationship with their moms and their dads and all that? And I'm going to tell you, man, there is nothing wrong with asking about those things, because let me tell you something. If you're looking for that type of person, right? That type of person to give you that type of raw honesty, right? Then basically you're going to know that if that person is for you, then they're not going to take no offense to it whatsoever. If they're right for you, especially if you're trying to date you're in the dating scene and you're trying to find someone to vibe with and just to be in a good relationship with, and you're like, all right, you know what? I'm ready to fucking have a good fucking relationship now. Then they will not take no offense to them, and it will not scare them away, and they will sure in the hell would not back down. So just keep that into consideration as well, as far as flags go. I know people talk about flags, red flags, white flags, blue, whatever fucking flag you want to have. Remember, you guys, this is people talk now. We don't got no, there's no censorship here. We just talk. Whenever you want to tell me something, you make sure you email me and, you let me know, because we got no censorship here. So again, we start dating and, I meet his kids, he meets mine. It's beautiful. Like, it's just beautiful. It's one of those things where, when we first, first of all, I get that attraction isn't everything. Like, it's not all just about attraction, but it kind of is and isn't really. Like, I know some people say, like, you fall in love with somebody's heart. Like, you fall in love with them, like, for who they are. And, I feel like, everything's important, like the sex in the relationship is important. The talk, the communication is fucking so important. That, there's so many things, like, but as far as, we're talking about dating here, do I think a deal breaker if the person suggests to split the bill? No, it could just be a sign of independence from both parts. If neither one has an issue with it, there's nothing wrong with it. If you don't take it personal and there's not, you don't have an issue with it, there's nothing wrong with it. If you both are working, shit, why not? Sex on a first date. Is that a deal breaker for you? A lot of you said no. And I completely agree. I don't think sex on the first, excuse me. I don't think, sex on the first date should be a deal breaker. I mean, if you feel something, shit, you never know. It could be blissful, happily ever after. Public sex, deal breaker. Yes or no? For some reason, almost 60% of you said yes, that it would be a deal breaker for you when you're dating someone. I don't understand why if sex on the first date, but public sex. That one confused me a little bit. Me personally, sex is sex. It doesn't matter where you have it. It's if it's with the person that you're dating and you're really feeling them, you're vibing them, eventually could turn into love. I don't see an issue with it. To me, it would not be a deal breaker. And let's see. Let's go along here. Let me tell you guys what basically would not be deal breakers for me. And this is why. Let's see. Public sex. No, not a deal breaker for me. Insist on you both getting a pet within 3 months. No, that would not be a deal breaker. Traveling together with first 3 months. No, for me. A lot of you said yes. I don't understand that one. Meeting parents on the second date. A lot of you said no. I agree. It shouldn't be. It's nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, if you want my opinion, I think actually meeting the parents should be one of the fucking first things you do if you get that opportunity. Why? Well, it's simple, because meeting the parents to the person, whoever, girlfriend, boyfriend, doesn't matter who's listening, is that it will give you the opportunity to kind of see the relationship that your significant other or the person you're dating has with their parents. That says a lot about who they are. Maybe not entirely, but I'm saying to some degree, it's important that you have a good relationship with your parents, or at least on talking terms, because I get that a lot of us, maybe you have issues with your parents at one point in your life, but at some point, man, we gotta let shit go, and you gotta grow the fuck up. And if you're dealing with someone that's just like, I fuck my parents and blah blah blah, and they're like always just with drama, and what does that say about them? That says that they like to hold on to resentment. And are you really going to want to date someone that is always living in the past and holding on to resentment? No, hell no. Because what's going to happen is that one day that resentment is going to be on you. Okay? So you got to think about stuff like that. So if they're like, hey, you want to meet my parents? And it's the third fucking day, say, yeah, you know what? I would love to meet your parents. And just fucking go right ahead and do it. And don't be afraid. And just live. And just live. And you will thank me for it. Okay, first date being a group date. A lot of you said no, that wouldn't be a deal breaker. For me, it kind of would be, because I'm on a fucking date. I'm not dating a group. So for me, I'm like, the fuck, I want to date. I'm not on the date with the group. Now, if you want to do this on the second, third date after we've already kind of gotten to know each other a little bit, because it's supposed to be about you and me dating and kind of meeting each other, shit, I ain't got a problem with it. But the group date thing on the first date, it's just like, what the fuck? Do you not trust me? You think, well, what's going on here, Doesn't want to spend time for you to come. 50-50. Is that a deal breaker? First of all, come on, you guys. This one really shocked me here. We're all grown-ass adults. How does that not important to you? First of all, communication, yes, key. But sex is a big part of relationships as well. And how is your partner how is that not gonna be a deal breaker if they don't want to spend time for you to orgasm? How is that not, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyways, enough about that. For me, that would be a deal breaker, because, shit, come on, man. What the hell? What are we in a relationship for? Eventually it's going to get to the nookie, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, man. Amateurs. Okay, doesn't ask how you're actually doing. 64% of you said yes, that would be a deal breaker. And you know what? I agree, you guys. For me, that would be a deal breaker too, because what the hell? Why are you dating someone? They don't fucking ever ask you how you're doing. That's just, what the fuck? Huh? So yeah, for me, decided after a while to only be fuck buddies. A lot of you said yes, that would be a deal breaker. And I couldn't agree more, because fuck you. You don't just get to be like, oh yeah, now we're just gonna, yeah, okay, so we're just, no, hell no. No, that's it. There's no relationship between us, none of that. See you later. Go find someone else that you could play some games with, because I'm not the one. Okay, doesn't want sex as much as you. 64% of you said yes, that would be a deal breaker. And of course, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that would be a deal breaker, because shit, that'd just be weird, if you feel the need and then they don't, and it's just kind of like awkward if you're not meeting someone who's as compatible and as fucking horny outrageously like a bunny like you, then what the fuck? Like, you gotta swipe right, whatever the fuck people do. I don't know what people do these days, so I'm not in the dating scene anymore. Okay, so wants sex way more than you. A lot of you said no, that wouldn't be a deal breaker, and you bet your sweet ass off that wouldn't be a deal breaker, because who the hell wouldn't want that? And the last one, of course, what was the fucking last one? God damn it, I keep losing my little tabs here. Oh, wait a minute. No, there's more. Okay. Oh, here we go. Back on the tab. So, different religion to you. For me, I don't know. My husband, personally, when we first dated, he told me like he wasn't really like a religious person. So that's kind of like, I was like, all right, well, shit. Well, yeah, me neither. So cool. And then we kind of just let it be. We just both kind of agreed that we believe in the universe, and we left it at that. Universe worshippers. Long distance. I lived in Orange County. He lived out here, and so he would basically come and pick me up. He would travel to come see me. So it's not really a long distance, about 35-40 minute drive, but the fact, that he made that effort to just come see me out there, it was just so beautiful to me. Like, holy shit. Like, he could be talking to anybody 10 minutes, or that's just closer to him, but he drove out there to see me, to date me. So, just saying, long distance shouldn't be a deal breaker for you if you really, really have a connection with somebody, I'm just saying. Fuck boy girl tendencies. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I don't really know. I must be getting old, because this term, I don't know what the fuck that even means. But I'm just gonna say, if they have those tendencies, they must be acting like a fucking idiot, because I notice it says boy and girl, and we grown ass people. So I'm gonna go with yes, that would be a deal breaker for me, because shit, what the fuck? Like, who the hell's acting like little kids? Stupid. Dated a friend, one of yours. A lot of you said no, that would not be a deal breaker. And you know what? If you're one of those people that never has any issues after you end a relationship, then you know what? I could totally understand why this wouldn't be a deal breaker, because you've kind of I guess, what is it? You've dealt with whatever issues or whatever. For me, I don't know. I dated a friend, one of yours. I guess this would be for whatever gender, right? I don't know. I don't think it would be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you guys are just, shit, it's over. You're with someone else. So I don't think it would be a deal breaker for me. Has little to no ambition in life. Surprisingly, a lot of you said no. For me, this would be a deal breaker. Because who the fuck, like, how you not got no ambition? Like, don't, something towards something at least, like, I'm glad, when I first met my husband and we were just talking, and he was telling me how, he basically like fixes the machines, dialyzing machines, for renal failure, patients. For me, like, honestly, like, hearing that, it was beautiful, because like at the time I told him, we were obviously all the communication we were doing and whatnot in the car. I told him, like, you know what, my dad happens to be a dialysis patient. And so, like, obviously that was like another, like, jump, Super Mario jumping on the flag, sliding down type of moment, because I was like, oh my God, he fixes the machines that help keep my father alive. So again, that was another moment for me that was like, wow, what? I'll see you live. And so, yeah, I basically share with you guys some of my and there's, oh gosh, the dating scene. Oof. It's been a while for me, But I feel like I still get to talk about it because, I mean, shit. I have a lot of friends, and I also have the power of the internet, and I also am not too oblivious to remember what it was like and my experiences. And just basically because of my relationship that I have now with my husband and the type of relationship that we have, is that I'm actually able to share some of these insights with you ladies out there. And next time I'll invite my husband on the next one. There's going to be a part 2. So this is part 1 of dating. Part 2, my husband's going to come in. We're going to do one together. So be looking forward to that next following Wednesday. It's going to be a good one. It'll be episode 20. So it's going to be like Mark the 20th episode. Yeah. So again, everybody has different perspectives and different things that they look for. I would say money isn't everything. If that's what, is a big thing for you and going into a relationship, you want a man, you want a woman with a lot of money, then look for that. I personally wasn't looking for that. I was looking for someone that wanted to be just as happy as me and that just wanted to live life just as much as me. I didn't give a shit about money. I didn't give a shit about materialistic things. Very old school mentality, and I have my parents to thank for that, is that I knew what I wanted at that point in my life. I was 26 years old when I first met my husband. And yeah, oh my God, I'm about to be 34 this month, and I still can't fucking believe it because I feel like I'm 25. What's up? Yeah, and so I'm telling you guys, just, when you first start dating a guy, okay, this is going to be towards the women, and then my husband will come in on the next one, episode 20, and he'll put his take in for the guys on what to look for and for women. But I'm telling you women what to look for in men. First of all, like, basically look for someone who is not afraid to communicate, not afraid to share, all the information. He was so fucking open with me. Like, you guys don't even know. Okay, let me tell you how open he was with me. Okay, like, because we don't believe in time. First of all, we don't believe that you need to be dating with someone for 5 fucking years before you decide to get married. Okay, we're talking about 2 people who met. Okay, within 3 days, 4 days or so of us knowing each other, he had to take a trip to Minnesota. I had just sold my car, and he just lets me use his car while he goes to Minnesota. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. And the transparency there, like, of how he was just like, okay, she's someone that I want. And like, he knew that I was just like, so like, we've just vibed. Like, it was just a fucking thing. Like, we connected like 2 fucking magnets. All right, we couldn't even be pulled apart. The magnetic frequency was so fucking strong. And from there, 6 months or so down the line, guess what? We're getting married. Did I say married? Married. So I'm just telling you, like, don't believe in the bullshit. Don't believe, like, if you feel the vibe with somebody, it feels good, feels right to you, like, you're going to know, because they're not going to fucking be playing no games with you. Okay, first of all, let me just say this. I don't know if I really believe in the word love, okay? But I do believe in connection, in human connection. Human connection should never fucking hurt. It should never hurt you. If you meet a guy and for some fucking reason you just keep having little disagreements, it's not right. There should be, in your connection between the 2 of you, there should never be so many disagreements. Okay? You should be able to get along well with the person that you are dating. It's that simple. There should be no type of disagreements when you're communicating well. So that's one thing. And, there's no such thing as moving too fast. Fucking block that out of your fucking system. There's no such thing as that shit. Because if that connection, like I'm telling you, is there, then there's no such thing as moving too fast. There's none of that. And that's just how we moved. We moved like that, from one time to the next. He's like, do you want to move in with me? I didn't hesitate because I was happy. I was happy with myself. I was happy with him. I was happy with the way life was for the living in the moment, not thinking about the past, and sure in the hell wasn't thinking about the future. And that's kind of the mindset that you have to have when you're about to date someone. You have to ask yourself, am I ready for this? Am I ready to this is the life that I'm ready to have? Because if you're not, and you're just looking to fuck around, then, continue fucking around, but, don't be looking for a relationship. Don't be going out there hurting people, because that's just not right. So, those are things to look out for. Definitely communicating, the transparency between the other person, especially the guy that you're trying to talk to. Don't be afraid to ask about finances, You don't want to also get, you don't want to, you got to know ahead of time prepare yourself what you're about to get into. If you meet someone and they're in a shitload of debt, these are things that you shouldn't be afraid to ask, don't be afraid to tell someone about your past. Like, they should be very open with you about your past, but also just make sure that they're also healed. They're in a place where they've healed from their past, because we all have a past. There's nothing wrong with you having a past, but just leave the past in the past. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're healed from it, and you kind of, if you need to use it as a story to kind of introduce yourself of who you are and how far you've come, then sure, that's fine, but don't keep bringing up the past, because it's irrelevant. None of that is going to help you with what's going on right now in front of you. So those are things to always look out for. Like, again, if the guy you meet doesn't have a car, maybe he's on the bus, maybe he's it's 2020. I keep saying that, but maybe he's taking an Uber or Lyft all the time to come see you. It's the little things, like if it's the effort that's put in, always look out for those little signs, or he's just doing effort. He's, helping you maybe with some groceries, he's, whatever the case may be, he's kind to you. He's good to your family. He treats you with respect. The sex is good. Don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid. If you start dating and it gets to the sex part, come on, man. You want to be able to be sure that you're comfortable with the person that you're with, and that you should be able to, always make sure, obviously, that attraction plays a role, and you're attracted to them, and you can't wait for every opportunity to pull their drawers off. If that's, I don't know what analogy you guys use. I don't know. Whatever. But anyways, those are the kind of things, man. You gotta look for those things, Fuck all this superficial shit, like, oh, he's wearing Gucci, or he's wearing whatever the fuck. No. Fuck the labels. Fuck all that, The labels ain't gonna say shit about the guy. You could be fucking driving the fucking Ferrari and be wearing Gucci shoes, but you could be a fucking asshole, I guess the truth. And that's what I'm saying. Like, look for deeper meaning in a person. Like, really hear them out. Make sure that they're hearing you out too. And, I don't want to spew all the juicy details in this episode, because again, me and my husband, we're going to come back for episode 20th. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to talk about, his version of what to look out for. He's going to direct it more towards the men. So we're going to invite his sweet fine ass on here. And, yeah, you guys, shit. You guys already know. So yeah, it wasn't rocket science here. A lot of the stuff that I was saying, I'm sure some of you, kind of get some of it. Some of you that are out there dating, or maybe you're already dating someone, and you're just trying to, they're sitting next to you right now, and you're listening to my podcast, and you're like looking at them, you're giving them the stink eye, and they're looking at you like, huh, interesting. I wonder if you're the one. I'm just kidding. Don't give nobody the stink eye, okay? Start this Wednesday morning off right. But yeah, so again, just know that, like I said, look for that connection. It's not all about the money. It's not about the labels. Make sure that the sex, that you're both equally want it as much, and the communication is fucking key. Meet their family. Don't worry about if they have a car or not. It's okay to ask them about finances when you're first dating someone. You know what I mean? And those kind of things are important, like if they don't want to spend time for, like one of the questions that we had here, if someone doesn't want to spend time for you to orgasm, well, what kind of fucking shit is that? What kind of relationship are we in? Is this a one-ended relationship or what the fuck? So just, keep those kind of things in mind. Okay, don't keep me in mind when that shit's going down, but just keep those kind of things in mind. Okay, and just know that your girl, Vanessa Herrera, the one and only, People Talk Now. It's been real, you guys. And until next time, just always know that it's been a real goddamn slice. But before I send you off on your merry ass way, this beautiful Wednesday morning, because remember, every morning we got a new opportunity to make things great. So if you're out there dating, get your ass out there into the dating scene and go find you somebody that's for you and that's going to make those pearly whites show 24/7. Okay. So, as always, you guys know that I like to have a joke of the day and a word of the day because I like you guys to leave my podcast with learning something new. So today's joke of the day is a funny Spanish joke. I don't even know how to say that. Shit. And okay. Anyways, let's just get on with the joke. I was going to try to translate it in Spanish, but I don't want to mess this up. We can't cut this scene out. Okay. What's the difference between Spanish and dad jokes? Drum roll. With Spanish, you roll your R's. And with dad jokes, you roll your I's. You get it? It's so true. Okay. That was kind of corny, but we're moving right along with our corny selves this morning. So, word of the day is glom. 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 Let's play that. Make sure I'm saying it right.
Glom.
Glom. Okay. So, the definition of glom is to take, steal, seize, or catch. So let's give us the facts real quick. Did you know it's a classic case of glomming? Americans seized on glom, a term from Scots dialect that basically means to grab, and appropriated it as their own, changing it to glom in the process. Glom first meant to steal, as in the purse snatching, robber kind of stealing. But over time, that meaning got stretched, resulting in figurative uses. Today, we might say, for example, that a busy professional gloms a weekend getaway. Glom also appears frequently in the phrase glom onto, which can mean to appropriate for one's own use. Glom onto another's idea. To grab hold of. Glom on the last cookie. Or to latch onto. Glom onto an opinion. Or glom onto an influential friend. You get it? Take, steal, seize, catch. To grab. So, yeah, that's glom. You go out and glom you this day. Woo! So I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Today was episode 19. And thank you so much for you guys for listening to People Talk Now. As always, you guys know I truly appreciate you guys listening in every weekend. Every weekend? Okay, no. We cannot. I'm already thinking of the weekend. Every week in and week out is what I meant to say. And yeah, so as always, you guys, it's been a real fucking slice. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at peopletalknow@hotmail.com. If you have anything that you guys want me to talk about, feel free, again, to email me. If you have any questions, if you want to be a co-host, if you have maybe some ideas or something that or issues or topics that you feel that need to be discussed on this podcast, like I said, go ahead and email me. And you can always reach out to me as well on People Talk Now on my IG. You can email me there. or message me there. Feel free. I don't got a problem with that. And yeah, as always, you guys, have a kick-ass Wednesday. Bye.